But I thought I would do one because I am a big NHL hockey fan enthusiast. So why not do a video basically on filling out my NHL playoff bracket? So the NHL playoffs are here, 2025. But yeah, here are all the teams that are going to be competing for the playoffs. If I do get the perfect bracket actually right, you guys can also compete also as well on NHL.com /25 bracket. And you can just join up a group. I'm part of a group as well. But yeah, let's just get right onto it. But first, we're going to start off with the Western Conference. Winnipeg and St. Louis. Well, Winnipeg has had a really great season. They have been doing pretty well this season. They have actually won, I think last time I found out about them, they won 9 straight. St. Louis got into the wild card spot. They've been playing pretty well too. So I probably would give it to Winnipeg. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Pause for a second. All right, we're back now. Sorry about that. I was actually on the wrong page. But yeah. So yeah, back to St. Louis and the St. Louis Blues. You can go to analysis just to see who has the better advantage. It looks like Winnipeg has the better advantage over St. Louis, so I'm going to pick Winnipeg. So yeah, there you go, Winnipeg to the round of 2. All right, so you got Dallas and Avalanche. These teams have faced off the last few years. These teams are actually pretty competitive. Dallas is pretty competitive. So is the Avalanche. Dallas actually eliminated them, I think a long time ago. I think when the Avalanche were in the second round, I believe. And I think Dallas, eliminated them from playoff contention. So let's take a look at this here. So Dallas has pretty good season points, goals per game. They're pretty on average between Colorado and Dallas, so they're pretty decent. Avalanche actually do pretty good goals against per game. They're 290. Power play, the Avalanche actually beat that as well. Penalty kill, the Dallas Stars have the better advantage. These are the leading scorers. Reitman and Nathan McKinnon. They're pretty good players on this side. So, this is tough. This is a tough match. I think Dallas has probably the better advantage over Colorado. So probably I'll pick Dallas too. All right, so this is the West, the Pacific Division, and the Central Division. So you got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Minnesota Wild. The Minnesota Wild got actually into that final wild card spot. They were actually doing pretty well, so they actually were able to take that final wildcard spot from the Calgary Flames because the Calgary Flames were kind of catching up to them. So it was between St. Louis and Minnesota for that final wildcard spot, but they were able to get into the playoffs. So yeah, Vegas and the Minnesota Wild. So Vegas has the best season points, 108 versus 97 points that Minnesota Wild have. Vegas has the best pure goals per game, 340. Goals against per game, Minnesota has the better advantage. Power play, Vegas has the better power play advantage. And Vegas actually has the best penalty kill. Leading scorers is Jack Eichel and Matt Boldy. Jack Eichel has 93 points on the Vegas Golden Knights, and Matt Boldy has 73 points. So, moving on to the second round. I am going to pick Vegas. Moving on to the second round. So fourth year in a row, the Los Angeles Kings and Edmonton Oilers square off for the fourth time in their playoff history. So this is the fourth time they've actually meet in the playoffs in the first round. So let's definitely look at the stats here. So Los Angeles has the better season points advantage over the Edmonton Oilers. Goals per game, the Edmonton Oilers have 320 points. Goals against per game, Los Angeles has a 250 goals against per game versus Edmonton that has 3 goals per game. Power play, Edmonton has the better advantage over that. And penalty kill, um, Los Angeles has the better advantage. Man, this is really tough. I feel like Edmonton has a lot of pretty good scoring per game. So I think I'm gonna pick Edmonton against Vegas. So yep, there you go, bonus round. So here we go. So Western Conference. Winnipeg. Um, I think they'll win the series in 4. For against St. Louis. Dallas and Colorado. I think it's going to be a pretty good close one. So I'm probably going to pick probably 7 for that one. Vegas and Minnesota. I'm probably going to pick probably either 5 or 4, but I'm probably going to pick probably 4 for this one. Edmonton and the Kings. I think this is going to be a pretty good series. So I probably would pick probably 7. I think Edmonton will beat Kings in 7 games. But I feel like that series is actually going to be pretty good. I'll be watching one of these games actually on TV when I actually have the free time. I'll actually watch these games just to see if my bracket actually does well. So, got the second round done. All right, let's start with the Eastern Conference. So you got 2 Canadian teams in the first round, Toronto and Ottawa. Ottawa actually was able to get in the playoffs into that wild card spot. It's their first time in a while since they've been into the playoffs, so very good for them. And Toronto for a first round try. They're actually in the playoffs as well. So let's look at Toronto and Ottawa. Toronto has the better season points, 106, and Ottawa has 95. Goals per game, Toronto has the better advantage over Ottawa, 3.30 over 3.0. Goals against per game, they have Ottawa has the better advantage, 290 over 280. Power play, Toronto has the better power play advantage. Penalty kill, Toronto has the better penalty kill. Mitch Marner has 100 leading scoring points. Tim Stutzlo, that's how his name is pronounced. He has like 76 points. So I think moving on to the next round, I got Toronto moving on to the second round. And then now we got the Battle of Florida, the Tampa Bay Lightning and the the defending champ Florida Panthers in the first round. So let's look at the stats here. Okay, season points, Tampa Bay has the better advantage over Florida, 102. Goals per game, the Lightning had the better advantage. Goals against per game, the Florida Panthers have the better goal against per game. Power play, the Lightning have the better advantage. Penalty kill, the Tampa Bay Lightning have the better penalty kill. So moving on to the second round, I got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Moving to the second round to verse Toronto in the second round. Alrighty, so next round we got the Washington Capitals versus the Montreal Canadiens. The Montreal Canadiens got into that final wild card spot. A lot of Canadian teams actually in the playoffs. Pretty much all the Canadian teams are all in the playoffs, so that's really nice for all the Canadian people out there. But yeah, it's the Washington Capitals and the Montreal Canadiens. But yeah, and the Washington Capitals, they've had a really incredible season with the whole history thing behind Alex Ovechkin breaking that scoring goal record. So it's really nice for them to actually do pretty well as well. So the Canadiens have been really a really surprising team, even though they've been going through a whole entire rebuild, just like how the San Jose Sharks are, which are my favorite hockey team. So it's really nice for them to actually be in the playoffs. It's kind of been a while since Montreal actually has been in the playoffs. Quite a while. Season points, the Washington Capitals had the better advantage. Goals per game, Washington has the better advantage. Goals against per game, Montreal has the better advantage. Power play, the Washington Capitals had the better advantage. Penalty kill, the Washington Capitals have the better penalty kill. So moving on to the second round, I'm going to be picking the Washington Capitals to move on to the second round. Then we got the last two of the Eastern Conference, the North Carolina Hurricanes versus the New Jersey Devils. So, who has the better advantage here? Carolina Hurricanes have the better season points, 99 out of 91. Goals per game, they have 320 per game versus the New Jersey Devils. Goals against per game, they have 280 over 270. Power play, New Jersey has the better power play. Penalty kill, the Carolina Hurricanes had the better penalty kill. Sebastian Aho has 74 points in leading scoring. Jesper Bratt has 88 points for the New Jersey Devils. Moving on to the second round, I do have the Carolina Hurricanes moving on to the next round. So, this is my pick for bonus round. Toronto and Ottawa is going to be pretty close game. But I think they're going to probably win it probably in 5. The Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida game's going to probably be a really good game. They're going against the Stanley Cup champs. So probably, I would pick them probably in 7 for that one. Capitals and Canadiens, for them to win the series, how many games they would win? I would say probably 4. I'm going to pick 4 for that. And then Carolina and New Jersey, that's going to probably be a pretty good series. I would probably say probably 6. I think the Carolina Hurricanes will win 6 games. Let's move on. So, all right. On to the conference finals. All right, second round. So we got Washington and Dallas in the second round. So Winnipeg has the better season points over Dallas. Goals per game, pretty even. Goals against per game, Dallas has the better advantage. Power play, the Winnipeg does pretty well. The penalty kill goes to Dallas. They're pretty much even. I feel like Winnipeg has probably a good advantage here. So I probably will think, I do get this right. I think going to the conference final, I think is going to be. All right, so we got the Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers in the second round. Let's definitely look at that. Season points, Vegas does pretty well. Goals per game, they have the better goalie advantage. Goals against per game, uh, Edmonton does pretty well. Power play, Vegas does pretty well. Penalty kill, pretty close and even, but Edmonton does give that advantage over the penalty kill. So, going forward with this, moving on to the second round, I'm going to pick Vegas in the conference final. All right, so second round for the Eastern Conference. We got Tampa Bay and the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round. Moving on, we got season points. We got season points. Toronto has the better advantage over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Goals per game. Tampa Bay has the better advantage over that. Goals against per game. Toronto has the better advantage. That power play. Pretty close for power play. Tampa Bay actually evens Toronto by 1% of that. The penalty kill, Tampa Bay has the better advantage for penalty kill. So, yeah, this is tough. I think moving on, second round, I'm probably going to pick Toronto. I have total confidence that Toronto is actually going to move on to finals. I just believe it. I just totally believe it. All right, so got the second round, the Capitals and the Carolina Hurricanes. Season points, the Washington Capitals have the better advantage. Goals per game, Washington Capitals do pretty well. Goals against per game, pretty even. Pretty close to that. Power play, Washington does pretty well. The penalty kill, it's the Carolina Hurricanes for penalty kill. So, moving on to the second round against Toronto. I do have the Washington Capitals moving on to the conference finals. So, the Stanley Cup finals. So, we're in the conference finals. It's Winnipeg and Vegas. Winnipeg has the pretty good advantage over that. Goals per game, pretty even. Goals against per game, Vegas has a pretty good track record with that. Power play, Winnipeg does pretty well. Penalty kill, Winnipeg does pretty well. I think moving on to the Stanley Cup Finals, I'm picking Winnipeg. I think Winnipeg definitely has a chance to be in the Stanley Cup Finals. I think they're definitely going to do it. I think they're going to be in the Stanley Cup Finals. All right. Conference Finals for the East. Season points. You do got Capitals in there as well. Goals per game. They do pretty well as that. Goals against per game. Pretty even. Power play. Toronto does pretty well. Penalty kill. Capitals do pretty well. So, moving on to the Conference Stanley Cup Finals, I got the Washington Capitals. Select your Stanley Cup champion. Select. These teams are pretty much even. It's tough. I think, in my opinion, I think it's going to be the Capitals. I think they're going to be Stanley Cup. Full number of goals scored in the Stanley Cup. It's tough. I'm going to say probably as a complete guess. All right, bracket is submitted. But yeah, here you go, guys. This is my Stanley Cup bracket. Let me know down below of what your guys' spots. You think I did a really good job of actually presenting that? But let me know down below of what your guys' thoughts on that. If you can guys fill out your bracket as well on the website. Like I said, I'll put it down in my video description down below of the link to where you guys can fill out your NHL bracket as well. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more content. But thank you guys so much for watching. This is Know the Gamer Away here, and I will see you guys in the next one.